Hi, my name is Alexi Washington, and my policy is called Stop and Frisk. Now, this video is a very personal video. It's personal because I feel like this is dear to my heart and because I feel like this is a human rights issue. So this is really going to be me talking to the camera and the viewers because I want you guys to be more focused on what I'm saying versus what's going around. And behind me, my policy is called Stop and Frisk, which comes from the court case Terry versus Ohio. The policy Stop and Frisk pretty much is that the police officer finds you suspicious, he or she has the right to stop you and frisk you. Now, I chose this because it's dear to my heart and also because the current president, Donald Trump, feels that the city of Chicago should implement this policy to help with crime. My issue with that is that it systematically oppresses minorities more than it does their counterparts, particularly African American and Latinos. And it's an issue for me because the climate that we are in now, we're so divided in our own enclaves of races, political parties, political agendas. It's like we cannot talk. And I feel like when it comes to law enforcement, the people that are supposed to protect us and keep us safe, there should be no division in that because the main goal is to keep everyone safe. And also because I feel like this is a human rights issue. People's rights are being violated. Their civil rights are being violated. And I don't feel like this helps at all with what's going on now. People should not be harassed when wanting to do and doing their daily lives. And also an issue is that it gives too much, in my opinion, too much leeway to the police officers because now they're determining what's suspicious. And when you have that, there comes bias. Now you have police officers who might have a bias towards a certain race or group of people, and they might in particularly stop that group more than any other. That's where the issue comes in because there should be no bias in law enforcement and keeping people safe. And even though there shouldn't be, there is. And so we have to work on that. And also an article called Beyond Stop and Frisk by the New York Times. There are ways to stop crime than stop and frisk. And I want people to know this because everyone automatically feels like, oh, stop and frisk is the only way to keep communities safe. And there are other ways. And a major one is called focused deterrence, in which police officers focus more on people that are doing the crime versus just everyday people that they don't know that are committing a crime. They're focusing on them. And a beautiful part about this is it builds community relationships because now we're working with the community and we're like telling them to take back their communities. And it worked and it was proven to work and it helped bring down crime. So when people say like stop and frisk is the only way, there's other ways, and I wish these other ways would get more publicity and more attention than stop and frisk because these ways help build community relationships and bring crime down at the same rate, and we're two birds with one stone. And so also I just really want people to understand that this is a human rights issue, regardless of where you feel politically or how you view the world. We can all agree that human rights should be protected and that people should not be stopped or oppressed. Everyone should be given a chance and a right to live their lives. And a big thing is that these people that you're stopping who you feel are suspicious that live in a certain area, and particularly the city of Chicago, everyone just labels it off that it's a horrible city, crime is up, people are dying. But I'm like, to other people, that's just numbers. But to people that live there and that are living these lives, these are their lives. These people are not numbers. They're not statistics for talking points in a debate or for your political agenda. These are people, real lives that are being affected. And I want people to understand that. Because people just look at it as, oh, let's write off Chicago as this horrible murderous city, or they have a high death rate, high murder rate. And these are people that are just trying to live their everyday lives and provide for their families. And it's hard when systematically they have been oppressed and throughout history and even now. And it's hard when you have redlining where certain things don't reach certain areas, and when you have gentrification in which now all these places that were affordable are no longer affordable. And now it's like, wow, we don't have good textbooks, we don't have money in our schools, so people drop out of school. And now minimum wage, which is low and is not even living wage, now we can't provide for our family. So what do you turn to? You turn to crime. So when people look at Stop and Frisk, when people look at high crime rates, I want people to focus on what is causing the crime, and let's see if we can fix that, and then crime goes down. And I understand police officers are just trying to do their jobs, and I understand and I respect them for that. But the same way that police officers do not want to be judged, I want you guys to not judge other people. Just because a person lives in a certain city or a certain race or has on a certain clothing, then it does not mean that they are dangerous. The same way police officers don't want to be labeled as all bad apples, which I know they're not, neither are people. So I just want us to remember that.